Hello, everyone. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about how we are going to be creating the timeline today. So what I'm going to do is just take you guys into Google Drawing and just show you how we can easily create a timeline on our tablets. So what I want you guys to do is you are going to go New, click on More, then click on Google Drawings. What this will do is open up a new document called Untitled Drawing. The first thing that we're going to want to do is label it so that way we have a place where we can access it. So we're going to call it 13 Colonies Timeline. Next thing that I want to do is we're going to change the orientation of the page so that it will be easier for us to create the timeline. So we go Page Setup, Standard, and we are going to do Widescreen. Now we're looking at it this way. We can use text box for anywhere that we want to add some of the events that we're going to be listing in our timeline. And we can also use the text box in order to write down the title of our timeline, which is Causes of Revolution Timeline. Causes of the American Revolution, because there are a lot of revolutions. All right, so we're going to want to make sure that it's centered. Notice I have capitalized the first letter of the words in order to kind of help us out. The next thing that I'm going to do is draw a line across to illustrate where our events are going to be taking place. So we got that little mark. We can try to follow along with the line. And add it there. Next, what we're going to want to do is we are going to want to add some little marks in order to add where each event is. One thing that I like doing is just edit copying that one line. So that way I don't have to draw it. And then pasting it over and over by saying Control-V. This is where we're going to write all the events that happened from the timeline that we have down here. So we go back to clicking. We can move these wherever we need to. So every ½ inch we will put it on. You can follow from the ruler up on top. So every ½ inch we are going to put these in. 2.5. I'm going to go through afterwards and make sure that I make these neat, but I'm just trying to do this quick, and I'll have them all the way down. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to create a text box, add it in here, and then we'll start putting in some of the events and where they took place. So for example, one of the first things that we're going to have is the Treaty of Paris, which happens in 1763. We can say ended French and Indian War. Caused British to tax colonists for cause of war. All right, so we can move this around to make sure that it fits. We can mess around with the font size. So maybe I'll want it in like an 11. Yeah, that looks good. Can even change around, you know, the style of font, whatever you want, just make sure that it looks good. We can draw in an arrow to show where this took place on our timeline. Okay, go back to clicking, and we can even add some images. So you guys can insert image, we can upload it from URL, you can search the web, so I could say French and Indian War. And from that, if there's an image that I like, well, here's a map kind of showing us, which that could be helpful. So I'll add that on, fit it so that it fits onto the screen. And then from there, we can continue to make our timeline. So I know that this was kind of a rough video. It's my first time going over this with you guys. So I will upload this, but I'll also be in class answering questions. You know, you guys can kind of just use this as a basis to kind of check in with where you guys are at. And you know, I'll add more when I hear that we need it. So let me know if you guys have any questions. You're going to do this for all of them. You know, let me know if you need anything, and I'll be here to help you guys.